Before I get into this week's episode of Road to Worlds, I want to tell you guys that if you like the thumbnail that I have for Road to Worlds and you see the little background image of like all the cards in like different colors, I'm going to put that in the description if you guys want to download it and set it as your wallpaper or something. So that's free for you to use. The creator of that asked me to tell that to you guys, so yeah. So in this episode I'm going to tell you guys what to do at the event itself. And sadly this is the last episode that I actually have written down and that I've planned. So unless you guys have something that you still want me to talk about, this might just be the last episode of Road to Worlds. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing when you arrive at the event is to respect your opponent. Do not be an ass to them, do not be all depressive to them, don't try to gamble them to let you win. Just be nice to them. Show good sportsmanship, don't be an asshole. Just be nice. Even if you lose, try to look good even in defeat, because it just makes you look better as a person. Try to make friends. I feel that it's really important that when you go to an event like this, it's important to try and make as many friends as possible because you all have the same interest. You all came for Vanguard or like one of the Bushiroad's games. So just try to sort of talk to people that you see you might get along with, and I mean, you share the same interests, so why not? A big issue in events like this is theft. A lot of people do steal and get their stuff stolen, but also people do lose their things a lot. In order to avoid both of these, if you have a shoulder bag like this, for example, try to just put the little strap between your legs, or just put the bag between your legs, because then if somebody tries to take it from you, you're gonna feel it around your legs. So, or put it around your chair as well. Like at the venue the chairs have just like normal legs, then you just put it around one of the legs, and then if somebody tries to steal, you're gonna feel it as well. So just to avoid theft and losing your stuff, try to always have it near you. Don't randomly leave your phone or your deck or your playmat or something like that on the table. Always double check before leaving the area or leaving like after a round or something. Always double check to make sure you didn't forget anything. Another important thing is not cause drama when it's not needed. So like if your opponent, like let's say they're a beginner and they don't fully know the rules, don't start insulting them, don't start calling the judge because they got something wrong. Maybe they're just a beginner, just explain it to them, be a nice person, don't be an ass, and don't make a huge fuss over nothing. Just try to avoid that. Call judges when they're necessary, but don't abuse them. A lot of the venues that host regionals often sell other Bushiroad goods, so you can always buy those at the event as well. Sometimes they're deck boxes, sleeves, booster packs, trial decks, sometimes they're figures and plushies and all these kind of things. Like if it's going to be in an anime expo or something like that, then you can go check the venues out as well if the entry is free. So try to capitalize as much from the day as possible. That's always what I tell people. Now when you're playing the games themselves, like in your rounds, make sure to look back at the other episodes that what I talked about, because I mentioned everything there. Like, you know, you gotta shuffle well, you cannot go on tilt, please. Be careful not to go on tilt, stay positive. Because if you're positive even during loss or at bad times, it's really gonna help you win and also just look better as a person. Another thing you can do is, I see some people like when they're playing, they're either really talkative or they get nervous or they just poker face. It's fine to do whatever, I mean, it's better not to get nervous, but I understand if you do. I mean, if it's your first time or something like that, it's always understandable. But poker facing is a good idea as well, because it sort of intimidates your opponent, but it's not exactly considered as rude. I mean, you can poker face if you want to. It's not like, it's kind of part of the game if you want to say that. So by all means, if you want to poker face, then poker face. Obviously, when you're at the event, you're gonna know how to do all your different kinds of shuffling. So whether that's shuffling like this, side shuffling, or pile shuffling, or any kinds of shuffling, just know how to shuffle your preferred way. Like, if you don't know how to do this kind of shuffling, which is the most commonly done, what I do is when we have like packs from Vanguard, you always have that one promotional slip at the back of the pack. I keep those, like 30 or so, and I just shuffle them. I just shuffle them to practice my shuffling sometimes. Or now I just do it to kind of relieve stress, or just when I'm doing like watching anime or something. Another thing, do not talk back to the judges unless you really know your rulings. Sometimes it's good to print out erratas and stuff like that and other updated rulings to show the judges, because some judges do not know them. Some judges don't know the game as well as some of the other players. So sometimes it might be a good idea to print out the latest errata, the latest ruling questions or something like that. So just an idea. I mean, you don't have to do it, but it's possible. Like I said in the previous episode, if your venue supports it, if the organizer gives you deck lists and registration sheets before the event itself, try to do that as early as possible, because it's good to already have your deck list completed so you can just give it in, and also to already have pre-registered. And also make sure, I said this before, but make sure to have fresh sleeves on before you go. Like I should have said this last time if I didn't already, but you should always have the latest, like just if you have double sleeves, then put on new over sleeves, because they will check your sleeves, and if they see tiny marks, they're gonna ask you to change them, and you don't want to just like randomly have no money, have no sleeves, and then what are you gonna do? So other than that, all I can say is best of luck, guys. Stay positive and just do your best. Like, this is all I can really say, like all I had planned out to say over these 6 episodes. If you guys want me to talk about more stuff about worlds and stuff like that, leave it in the comments and I can cover it in a future episode. But like, until now I've been doing Road to Worlds on a weekly basis, so it's gonna stop being weekly for a little while. Unless, well, it's gonna stop being weekly unless you guys pitch in different ideas. But for now, that's gonna be it for Road to Worlds. I'm waiting for your feedback and best of luck at the competition. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.